Good morning. The June 16, 2025 meeting of the Economic Opportunity Review Committee is hereby called to order. We welcome our guest speakers, members of the public, and those watching on Xfinity Channel 64, FiOS Channel 40, or the City Council website. The Economic Opportunity Review Committee, or EORC, members include the Office of Economic Opportunity, known as OEO, whose deputy is the ex officio chair of this committee, the presidents and CEO from the African American and Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, as well as the presidents of District Council 47 and District Council 33. My name is Lynn Newsom, and I am the Deputy Director for the City of Philadelphia's Office of Economic Opportunity under the Office of Business Impact and Economic Advancement. At this time, I'll ask the members of the EORC to introduce themselves. Starting to my left.
Jennifer Rodriguez, President and CEO of the Greater Philadelphia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Dinah Hayward, Director of Membership and Membership Engagement with the African American. All right, I'm sorry about that. Good morning. I'm Dinah Hayward, Director of Membership and Membership Engagement for the African American Chamber of Commerce. I'm filling in for our President and CEO, Regina Hairston.
Thank you. And for the record, the presidents of District Council 47 and 33 are not present. The EORC was established by City Council in March of 2012. The committee is responsible for the following: to oversee and facilitate a public review of the implementation, effectiveness, and enforcement of Chapter 17-1600 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Equal Opportunity Plans, taking public testimony related to diversity and inclusion in the city and being responsive to the testimony, to share information that is relevant and useful to the development of diverse firms seeking to do business with the City of Philadelphia, and to make recommendations to City Council for the adoption of resolutions calling for the appropriate remedial and legal remedies where we see flagrant violations to inclusion and commitments made by prime contractors to subcontractors on city contracts. These meetings are held quarterly on Mondays at 10 a.m. in March, June, September, and December, and the transcripts of this and all previous meetings are available online at the OEO website, which can be found at www.oeo/phila.gov. That's www.oeo/phila.gov. Anyone interested in presenting at the next scheduled meeting, September 8th, should call 215-683-2057 or send an email to ariana.d.ford@phila.gov. That's Ariana, ARIANA.d.FORDE@phila.gov. and submit the following information: full name, callback telephone number, and email address where you can be reached. At this time, we allow the public an opportunity to give testimony. Ground rules to provide testimony are: sign in, step to the mic, state your name and organization, and you will be given 5 minutes to speak. Is there anyone here for public testimony? Seeing that there's none, we will move on to our guest speakers. Philadelphia is preparing for an exciting 2026 when the city will host multiple major events: the semi-quincentennial, the MLB All-Star Game, the PGA Championship, NCCA March Madness, that's the college men's basketball tournament, and the FIFA World Cup. These events are expected to bring an unprecedented number of visitors and a significant economic impact and opportunity for our businesses in Philadelphia. Our guest speakers today are here to speak on that. We have Jennifer Nagel, Vice President of Special Projects, Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Center, who will explain the process of tracking economic impact for the 2026 events. Tiffany Stander, CEO and founder of Stimulus, Inc., who will present an overview of how her team and technology will support outreach efforts for the 2026 events. And Michael Newmas, Director of 2026, who will give us the administration's initiatives on 2026. And I believe Tiffany will be our first speaker. So Tiffany, when you're ready to start.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Again, my name is Tiffany Standard. I am the founder and CEO of technology company Stimulus. We are headquartered here in Philadelphia, and I've been in the world of procurement for about 20 years now and understand the importance of really developing a good procurement plan when not only working with big organizations, but especially allowing for local, minority, women-owned companies to have the opportunity to participate in large citywide initiatives. So 2026, as we know, is a really big year for the city of Philadelphia. A lot of stuff decided to happen in 2026, which is amazing. And a lot of great partners coming into the city, a lot of potential opportunity coming into the city. So as the CEO of Stimulus, we're excited to partner not only with the City of Philadelphia, Department of Commerce, Office of 2026, Office of OEO, and other departments, as well as their external event partners involved in all of the citywide 2026 initiatives. As mentioned, FIFA World Cup to PGA Championship to 250th anniversary. So our goal is to be an extension of the city of Philadelphia to ensure that we're helping the small businesses really navigate all of the opportunity that will be here and understand what opportunity are available to them, depending on your business, depending on the product and service that you're offering, to see if there's opportunity for you or opportunity for you to partner. So some of the work that we will be doing is, one, creating a sourcing calendar, basically a procurement forecasting, to really help bring together what the city of Philadelphia will be offering in reference to RFPs, as well as the external partners that they have publicly available. And then looking at how do we help facilitate supplier questions and responses to ensure the businesses have the information that they need to either partner with one another or at least know what's available. Now, when it comes to procurement opportunities, some procurement opportunities will be available in 2025, some won't be available to 2026, but at least having some of that pre-knowledge to prepare the businesses, whether you're a local restaurant or you're offering technology or you're offering services. Our goal is to get that information to you as soon as possible, and then also making sure that we're offering information for businesses to partner with each other. Like, you may be a small business that can handle maybe all of the catering or all of the event logistics. How do we help you partner based upon the information and data that we have? And then our goal also is to really develop a best practices FAQ to guide local suppliers in effectively responding to the RFX opportunities Every organization is different. Although the partners are different, they will have different ways that they would like for you to respond to their RFP opportunities, or even RFI, which is request for information, so it may not be a full RFP process. So us understanding that and helping the local suppliers understand that. And then creating a centralized place so you can see all of those opportunities in one place on the City of Philadelphia website. So from all of the amazing partners coming into the city, how do we give you one site to go and say, this is what's happening with FIFA, this is what's happening with MLB, so you can see those opportunities and understand if you're eligible now or in the future. So one of the things is really important is making sure that we're helping these small businesses even beyond 2026. It's kicking off at 2026. It's making sure that we have your information, helping you, direct you to other potential resources. But the goal is, how do we make sure 2026 is the kickoff to bring you together, to update your information, but continue that process? Because I'm sure, the city of Philadelphia, it won't be the last of craziness of amazing events coming to our city, which is what the goal is, right? What is the next big event? What are the other conferences and festivals of that nature coming to the city? So the goal is to continue that reporting, that data, that intelligence thereafter 2026 and beyond. And as we're planning and bidding for other opportunities here in the city. So again, very excited that Stimulus Inc. is partnering not only with the city of Philadelphia, but also different partners that are coming into the city to make sure that we're creating and managing a streamlined procurement process to engage the local and minority businesses here in the city, whether they're doing one-off opportunities or partnering together to obtain a bigger opportunity to, whether it's create jobs, grow their revenue, and facilitate a relationship with those partners throughout 2026, but beyond 2026, right? If they're looking to expand in other cities and also expand and grow their relationship with the city of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Now, I know we talked about, can you take a couple questions? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I know we talked about this, but I want to make sure that, I get it on record and City Council knows exactly. So this website that you're creating, are you anticipating it to be permanent, that, after 2026, it'll still be in place so we can use it for future events?
Yes, so that is the goal. The goal is to kick off with the stimulus platform for 2026, the most immediate needs that's coming up with the city and external partners. And the goal is to have that type of centralized place where local businesses can see what citywide initiatives are happening so they can apply directly, have that FAQ to answer questions, and then look at ways that they can collaborate to know that they have a potential opportunity to actually win a bid and or at least be considered for one as well.
And this will be housed somewhere on the city's website under what office?
So we're looking at the Office of OEO, but we're also, as we know, we have the centralized platform for e-contracts that house all of the contracts. So we also will have a link there that allows for you to see not only what the city of Philadelphia is offering, but also what other partners, external partners are offering in that centralized way. So you'll be able to have that link directly there. As we know, local businesses go there to look up opportunities coming from the city.
Okay. And speaking of partners, now you spoke about partnerships between different contractors so that they can join together and go after what does that look like? Can you walk us through how you're going to connect like one business to another?
Yeah, so it's through data. So one of the things that we're doing is doing an assessment to understand the businesses here in the city. So what do you offer, your size of the company, your revenue range, because we know sometimes folks don't like to share their full revenue. So we say, give us a revenue range of how many employees that you have or looking to grow over the next year or two. So once we have that data, we can see if you have the capacity to do, whether it's, let's say, an event, do a smaller event, and there's another company that offers part of that logistics that's needed for that event as well. So based upon us having that data, we're able to match to say, hey, here's an opportunity for Company B and Company A to partner together to go after this RFP versus doing it solo, and you may not get it because maybe your size event was 500 and the size of the event is 10,000. So now we see you've done 500, this company has maybe done 8,000, and they focus more on logistics, you focus more on food. That's an opportunity for collaboration. So it comes from the data that we're going to collect in the beginning that allows for us to see, hey, you're eligible for this, but you also would be more eligible if you partner with another organization.
So how do they get that notification? Do they get an email that,
Yes.
look, you'll be a partner with?
Yeah, so
Okay.
once you fill out the assessment to say, hey, I'm interested, and we match you to an opportunity, we will email you not only the RFP opportunity, but one of the questions of the assessment we're sending out, are you open to collaborating with another business? So if you say yes, then you would receive an email that not only gives you information about that RFP opportunity, but also a potential partnership, collaboration, where we'll send that information, make sure that that other company opts in, and then that will allow for you to potentially connect to do an RFP together.
So it's up to the businesses to actually make that connection.
Exactly.
So they will have to, actually make the
Exactly.
connection. Okay, I
Yes.
just want to make that clear to them, that they're not being told, yeah, you're going to partner with this. You have to actually,
Exactly.
do your due diligence and go after these contracts with your partners that are suggested.
Exactly. You don't want to force a partnership,
Right.
but once you opt in on the assessment that you are open to
Right.
partnering with another business, we would do that matching. But yes, it's up to you to collaborate. It's up to you for you and that business to actually fill out and complete the RFP together, because that is your business and that is how the group that you will be working with thereafter. We're not going to facilitate, that organization. If you decide to work with them, great, because it was a good meeting, or if you decide not to, that is up to you, but we made the connection through data and then allow for you to partner to apply to that RFP.
So if two businesses get the same email that, you're a great match with this, it's the first one that makes that partner,
Yeah, so
Okay.
we put that under there. We have that as an asterisk, first come, first serve. And sometimes it could be 2 or 3 companies partner. We've seen that in some of the RFPs that have come out currently for FIFA World Cup, where 2, 3 different companies are partnering together. So it doesn't have to be 1 or 2.
Okay.
If they understand what their strengths are as a company, and they identify this company does this company does that, then it's open for you to partner with multiple companies. We try to, limit 4 or 5, don't have 10 companies partnering, but if you understand your strengths as a company, then you can have more than one partnership to apply to an RFP.
So it's up to them to make that deal, of how they want to work it, so that's great, that sounds good. Anybody else have any questions?
Good morning. Is the platform active at this point, or is there a time, or do you plan to launch it at a future time?
Yeah, so we just kicked off. Our goal is to launch the platform between September and October. So right now we're gathering all of the procurement opportunities that will be available, at least for 2025. As I mentioned, some RFP opportunities will be available immediately. Some opportunities won't be available to 2026, depending on the organization. So the first part is working with the suppliers to make sure that we understand your business, what your interest is to work across these different events, what are your offerings and your services. And so we're kicking off that portion first, and then once we obtain the procurement opportunities over the next few months, then slowly launch the different opportunities live that allows for you to understand what's available now and what are some of the things that we are predicting for early 2026, mid 2026, based upon the partners. So some things are early and some of them are kind of like last minute, event planning or catering that a partner or a sponsor may need.
And are you operating in other markets, this platform?
Yes, so currently Stimulus is also working with FIFA World Cup in New Jersey and New York. So that's a great collaboration also between the cities, because if you are a business that's registered in New Jersey and New York, there may be opportunities for you there as well, and vice versa. Philadelphia FIFA World Cup, as well as New Jersey, New York, FIFA World Cup is working closely together as they're sharing different information, potential partnerships between suppliers and local businesses. So that's an opportunity also for the organizations to potentially collaborate in the future.
And did I understand correctly that in Philadelphia, the procurement opportunities that you will be aggregating will extend beyond FIFA into the other events that are taking place?
Correct. Correct. You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Good morning, and I do
Hi, Regina.
apologize for being a little
No
late,
problem.
so I don't know if you've covered this, but to Jennifer's question around have you worked with other organizations and has this model been tested, did you speak about the work that you're currently doing with larger anchor institutions here in Philadelphia, and can you speak to some of the statistics from that?
Yes, so Stimulus is also working with other anchor organizations here through our partnership with the Economy League and their PAGE program, which is focused on helping local businesses obtain additional contracts with big anchors here in the city. So currently like healthcare, education, organizations of that nature. So us bringing in that data to help them understand who they're currently working with and who they could be working with in the future, and using that data to help those suppliers prepare accordingly, and then pulling in that information from the large organizations here in the city to help them predict what procurement opportunities will be in the future. We've been working on that opportunity for a few years now to really help grow the local partnerships between these big anchors so they can take that information and that experience to grow outside of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Jennifer Nagel.
Hi, good morning, members of the committee. My name is Jennifer Nagel, Vice President of External Affairs and Special Projects for the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, PHL-CVB. I have a few prepared remarks, and it was wonderful to hear from Tiffany just recently. We connected. We consider ourselves a connector as our organization, and we will be working with Tiffany as we discuss some of the major events happening throughout the city and the region. So just a quick rundown. The PHL-CVB is an economic catalyst for the city and the Commonwealth, creating jobs and fueling the economy by bringing meetings, conventions, large sporting events, and international tourists to Philadelphia. We have three distinct business development divisions, PHL Diversity, PHL Life Sciences, and PHL Sports, that also support our focus in attracting conventions and events. Thank you for the opportunity to connect this morning regarding these major events that will descend on Philadelphia, making for a transformational year in 2026, a year that promises to be unprecedented culturally, economically, and within social milestones for our city. We are proud to have helped create this moment by securing major events like FIFA World Cup, Major League Baseball All-Star Game, NCAA championships, and hundreds of other business events that will be coming to the Pennsylvania Convention Center and area hotels. In our line of business, we measure success by the economic impact of these events on the region, the rooms booked in area hotels, and by the business that populates the convention center, the sports complex, which in turn fills our hotels, our restaurants, our arts and cultural institutions, and attractions. To give a sense of our impact, I just wanted to share our 2024 results and numbers. The PHL-CVB hosted 267 total events. 21 of these events were citywide conventions. A citywide convention is 2,000 rooms or more on peak for a convention. This totaled 542,000 plus attendees, which generated $410 million in direct spending. That's on lodging, that's transportation, food and beverage, resulting in $636 million in economic impact, which reflects $27.2 million in local tax revenue and $31.9 million in state tax revenue. To give an overall sense of visitor spending, visitor jobs supported, and business sales that are generated, 1.1 billion in state and local S&L tax revenues in 2024 were generated. The city of Philadelphia, of this 1.1 billion, generated 417 million directly in S&L taxes. This would be equal to each household in the city of Philadelphia being taxed an additional $620. To replace the visitor-generated S&L taxes for the city and school district, right? So without this visitor spending, these overall impacts of these events, and this is on an annual basis in just our 2024 results alone. So when we think of the magnitude going into 2026 and next year, wanted to kind of set that stage. The PHL-CVB, we are a 501c6 nonprofit member-based organization. We do also hold a 501c3 nonprofit foundation status. We have a total of 760 active members throughout the city. We are encouraging local businesses to actively engage with the anticipated influx of visitors in 2026. We're encouraging them to enhance their online visibility, offer promotions, and collaborate with event organizers for greater exposure. Our PHL Diversity Division of the PHL-CVB, we connect meeting planners to local diverse businesses and suppliers, and also community leaders who help support community engagement. This has been an effort of the PHL-CVB for more than 30 years. We continue to strengthen our connections to diverse enterprises and initiatives with our Discovering Diversity Guide. I shared some examples here today. This guide highlights businesses from 9 prominent Black and brown neighborhoods throughout the city, actively marketing Philadelphia's vibrant and diverse communities for visitors and event attendees. A robust tourism industry maintains a steady source of income for many residents and businesses. The PHL-CVB supports one of the city's most vital employment sectors, with a hospitality industry workforce of well over 77,000 people in Philadelphia County. This was in 2024. This is an increase of 4.2% year over year, with 70% of the workforce residing in council districts 1, 2, 3, and 5. We anticipate 2026 will not only have a great impact on these hospitality jobs and the personal income of the region's hospitality workers, but it will leave a lasting impression of Philadelphia with event planners and international visitors for years to come. To date, the PHL-CVB has booked 20 citywide conventions plus 6 World Cup matches. This confirmed convention business alone will bring 1.5 million overnight visits. So these are visits that are already booked with our hoteliers that are already anticipated incoming. This will generate an estimated $950 million in direct spending and generate an estimated economic impact of $1 billion to the city and the region. As we are the agency behind these successful bids for the 2026 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, FIFA World Cup, and those NCAA Championships events, we are also supporting organizing efforts with our collar counties for the PGA Championships. We work closely with our professional sports teams and our corporate partners, most notably the Philadelphia Phillies, Philadelphia Eagles, and Comcast. While the baton for coordination and planning of these events is passed to the official host organizations, these organizations are contracted with local venues. The PHL-CVB remains active as a resource and a connector for these events. For what we do, this is for every convention and event, annually. Thank you for the opportunity to connect with this committee today. With strengthened connections, 2026 will be a defining year, and we look forward to working with our industry partners, the City of Philadelphia, and to help leverage this very momentous year for future years to come. So I hope some of these statistics and information at a very high level is helpful to the committee.
Thank you for your willingness to come speak with us. I have a question about when you speak to connecting the diverse suppliers to these events. Can you walk us through the process of what does that look like?
Sure. As a membership organization, our membership base, I mentioned we have about 760 members. They receive access to our database of future conventions coming and convention leads. They have the direct contact information to the meeting planner. They are able to reach out directly. They work with our destination services team. So we have a sales team nationally, the PHL-CVB. We are selling conventions upwards of 5 years and more. We are selling for 2033 right now, for example. So when we look at 26 and beyond, we're well beyond 26 right now. Once the year at which the convention or event is being held, we have a local destination services team. This team executes with the meeting planner and or with the event organizer. They connect with local businesses amongst our membership organizations and create those recommendations and opportunities for, again, continuing the cycle through that network.
So you should be a member first of.
We encourage membership, yes, and we do look at our members first for leads. We, as again, Vice President of External Affairs for the PHL-CVB, I'm connecting and working with folks daily that have questions that may or may not be a member of the CVB. I encourage them to join, but they can still receive our RFPs even if you're not a member.
So how would they, if they're not a member, how would they know how to receive this? Would they just contact you and then you would send it?
Yeah, we hope, a lot of times throughout the city, folks are, whether it's a particular constituent of a councilmatic district, reaching out to their council person, they're familiar with us at the PHL-CVB, they'll connect that business or organization with us. Our partners and peers at Visit Philadelphia, same thing. So I would say it's an internal network of leadership and stakeholders throughout the city that are supporting local businesses, and we are part of that network in having those conversations.
So my office, the Office of Economic Opportunity, we could use our registry. We could say to the people in our registry that you should contact, your.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. We would be happy to have access to that registry. And as I mentioned, the work with Tiffany and Stimulus, we've also offered, please, share that procurement information, share the link. We will share that out with our members as well to make sure they're part of this process. And then anyone that's not one of our members that's contacting us, we would also communicate that Stimulus is a great path to go in to be part of the process.
We have our registry manager here, Jennifer Wise. So Jennifer, the two Jennifers, can you get together and share that link so that we can get that out to the people in our registry?
Absolutely.
Yes, we know that many businesses in the hospitality and restaurant industry are businesses owned by people of color. We know that we want to make sure that these businesses are prepared and ready to welcome visitors. Many of these businesses, in fact, the majority of these businesses are located outside of our central business district. So what kind of work or assessment has PHL-CVB made in order to know what the state of the food hospitality industry is beyond Center City? How do you plan to support those businesses so that they can take the best advantage of the opportunities and the guests coming to Philadelphia in 2026?
Great question, and we certainly promote neighborhoods throughout the city, not just Center City. We encourage international visitors, conventioneers to, visit our neighborhoods throughout the city and dine in those restaurants, many with very popular cuisines and experiences. We, with the PHL-CVB, again, are connecting and encouraging our members to be, well prepared with their online visibility. We suggest, and we look at this as a very organic approach, and I could give an example. In 2023, we hosted WWE, World Wrestling, WrestleMania at Lincoln Financial Field. This was a 3-day event. 145,000 people descended upon Philadelphia. They attended a fan fest at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. They attended 3 days of competition at Lincoln Financial Field. The buzz that our restaurants saw with this audience coming, creating opportunities for themselves in promotion organically, knowing that this is a fan base. And just like we're keeping an eye on our World Cup fan base, we have Club World Cup this week in the city of Philadelphia, actually matches starting today. We will host 8 matches. You can see the fans already as you walk here towards City Hall. We are encouraging those local businesses to really hone in, look at the demographic, understand the importance of the fan, what they're looking to experience in our city, and find an opportunity to capture it in your marketing and materials. And we do find that the local media, and we will help encourage the local media to cover restaurants and opportunities throughout the city that are creating these special promotions for their restaurants, et cetera. We will be hosting yet to be announced, a 2026 how to prepare, how to market your business, almost a state of a state of 2026 in December of this year for our partnership and membership base. Non-members are also welcome to attend that. So, you know, we feel as though as we continue to encourage communications, marketing efforts across the board, we do find organically, because of the audience, like with that WrestleMania example, our restaurants and the folks on the ground do see the lift from these promotions.
That was a lot of great information. Thank you for that. I just want to go back to the outreach. You said you had folks that work within the convention center that reaches out to small and local business and diverse businesses.
We have a partnership program and a partnership team, and we do active outreach. Certainly, so to Jennifer's point earlier, you know, how are we getting to the neighborhoods? We certainly seek out leads and opportunities of restaurants, business owners to connect with. But I would say most actively, the leads are coming to us directly. Folks want to engage with us. As far as again, back to the membership program, I mentioned our destination services team. They are working directly with our membership department, creating suggestions, whether that's, you know, small, medium, large size businesses. We work with all, you know, size businesses annually. So what I say, there's a direct, you know, networking connection focus with small business. It's across the board. Our PHL Diversity Division, based on their particular efforts in, you know, connecting businesses with suppliers and diverse businesses with suppliers, yes, that is a primary goal. The other goal of PHL Diversity is to bring diverse conventions to the city of Philadelphia as well. So there's a sales effort, and then there's also the community-based B2B effort as well.
And how big is the team at PHL Diversity?
The team of PHL Diversity is our executive director, Sheila Alexander Reed, with the support of our entire sales team. And we have roughly, the PHL CVB has a total of 65 employees. So PHL Diversity, PHL Sports, one executive director, and PHL Life Sciences, one executive director, all have the support and resources of the total staff. So our marketing communications team, our sales team, and our destination services team.
And in lieu of 2026 coming, have you all discussed a strategy or maybe increasing the investment for PHL Diversity to ensure that those businesses that are not within your membership, those real micro businesses and solopreneurs, that they have an opportunity to know that this membership even exists?
Yes, we have. This has been a concerted effort. It was actually part of our direct ask to the city of Philadelphia as far as our 2026 funding that we were in need of. We'd like to increase the Discovering Diversity guide and publication. all well networking, recruiting, bringing in new businesses, and expanding that guide and information.
Thank you.
I just have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
You mentioned the How to Market Your Business workshop. Is that just for members, or can anybody, any business?
Any business willing to become a member and/or would like to hear more about it, they are welcome to attend. Yep.
Okay.
Sometimes there is a small fee to attend.
And how much is membership?
It all depends. Some members are free, and others, there is a fee anywhere from $600 annually to $1,000 annually. Our largest membership base are our hoteliers, and our largest membership rate payers are the hoteliers.
Is the membership fee contingent on the size of your business?
It is,
Okay.
yep, size and type of your business. So cultural, arts institutions, restaurants, all depends of whether there's a membership fee applied or not. Yep,
And I imagine small businesses may be the ones eligible for free.
correct,
Okay.
correct, yep,
Thank you.
yep.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, I hope this was helpful for the committee.
Absolutely.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? I think we do. Here's something else?
Just curious, so the hotel tax is not enough? You need a membership fee as well? That's a little bit, well, $600 for a small business, I will tell you that it's going to be too much. Our membership at the Hispanic Chamber is $69 a year, just to give you a little bit of a
Yeah, and
comparison.
I probably shouldn't quote numbers, not having them in front of me. We are also studying our membership model, but it is not uncommon for CVBs around the country that your hoteliers are your largest investment in your membership base. This is based on hotel contracts that, again, they work with us on from a sales perspective. So if you think of business leads and opportunities, convention business is what fills our hotel rooms today. It helps support that entire economy. This is booked, guaranteed business. So for a hotel to want and willing to be a member of the CVB helps guarantee that convention business for them as well. But no, not necessarily, small businesses are not necessarily paying $600 to be a member. I do want to make that clear. And we look and work with each partner individually. We see what model works for them, and we encourage to be part of our organization. And some members work their membership. As you know, Jennifer, being a member-based organization, some people work their membership to their advantage and sees an advantage of it. Others just like to be a member, and they show up for the networking events, and they get to learn more and be part of a network. So we encourage both. So I hope that's helpful in clarifying. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
And next we have Michael Numis.
Good day, and thank you for having me. My name is Michael Numis, 2026 Director for the City of Philadelphia under Mayor Sherelle L. Parker. First, I want to say for the record, thank you to Greg Karen, Jennifer Nagel, and the folks at the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the PHL-CVB, for working arduously to book what will be an incredible foundation of tentpole major world-class events that have helped to shape what looks like a catalytic year for Philadelphia. I also want to thank Tiffany Standard, who you heard from earlier, the vendor who we've engaged in joining some of the world-class clients she has across the nation, as well as some of the reliable community anchors that she's supporting right here in Philadelphia to make sure that we have a robust and well-tested procurement strategy that aligns also with the Philadelphia Soccer 2026 to ensure that organizations do not have to jump to multiple platforms. From our perspective, learning from some past events which I've worked on, including the PayPal experience, the DNC, the NFL draft, and learning from what we've seen across the country, which is that you cannot rely simply on procurement and bids and RFIs and RFPs to ensure that economic opportunities reach individuals, particularly because of the technology barriers, the information barriers that no matter how much we disseminate it across, sometimes you can't reach everyone across every neighborhood. And to Ms. Rodriguez's point earlier, we want to make sure that we're spreading the spirit of celebration across Philadelphia in the most equitable way, including geographic diversity. That's why the procurement strategy is only one half of our equation here. Yes, we are ensuring that we're going to broadcast and provide as much information to businesses across Philadelphia for them to participate, particularly those that have been historically underrepresented. But we are also making direct investments across so many community partners, over 50 community partners representing diverse voices across Philadelphia, who, as part of the FY25 and FY26 budgeting process, have received direct investments to make sure that their voices and their platforms can be on the world stage in 2026. Because this is an opportunity not just for the few businesses that can have the technical expertise and experience to compete, but also for the community members across Philadelphia. Whether it's We Are the Seeds and they're indigenous, whether it's Asian Arts Initiatives, Esperanza, and highlighting, we want to make sure that we're making those direct investments. But we're taking it one step further. And I've worked with every single community you can imagine from the Mid-Atlantic states that are working, or rather every 250th planning committee across Mid-Atlantic. And Philadelphia is unique in this one thing. Not only are we going after the procurement opportunities through stimulus, not only are we making these direct investments in our community partners, but for the first time ever, the 250th celebration will be the first major that actually transforms commercial corridors where businesses, where small, diverse businesses and jobs are, in a meaningful way. We're not transforming just one, not two, but 20 commercial corridors in partnership with council, working with each council district office to identify the corridors, and then bringing in our incredible leadership at Commerce and Philadelphia 250 to work directly with community partners who are trusted anchors on the grounds to say, one, what would be a meaningful addition to help you get over the edge to solve for some of the challenges that we've seen, let's say the Papal visit, where transportation was the biggest barrier to driving economic opportunities outside of just Center City and across Philadelphia. We're solving that by having a brand new tour series that's literally gonna drive people to different neighborhoods every single week with the goal of tying into the commercial corridors where we're making meaningful investments. We're solving that by making sure that we get areas that were historically not receiving the economic sunshine of tourism, and then layering on the beautification schemes, the celebratory banners, the beautiful commemorative art installations that will signal to not just the visitors coming, but also the jobs and businesses that are right there, that you too are worthy of the competition for economic spotlight that comes from 2026. That's what you're gonna see unfolding, and that work is actively underway right now. The Commerce Department is working door to door, going through neighborhoods right now as we speak, to go through the various commercial corridors, helping with the community input, identify the treatments that we're going to install there. And then we'll be having a robust marketing package, because we know if you build it, they don't simply come. We actually have to make sure that we're driving the marketing, just like we see with the Dine Latino, right? Like, these businesses are working concertedly, but they also need a megaphone, and 2026 is that megaphone. You know, the one theme that you're going to see across all of these investments, all of these very intentional efforts, is that whether it's engaging Tiffany Standard and stimulus, whether it's looking at how we can work with the CVB to make sure that as visitors are coming, that they're not just going to that major event, but that they're also spreading out to the neighborhoods and reaching our diverse-owned businesses, is that we view 2026 as not just about this year. It's really the starting point for the intentional growth that we are seeking to have years after. And that's why things like the investments in the corridors will outlive just the one-off bid opportunities that are coming through these major events. We want to make sure that the investments that we're making help to position the people of Philadelphia and our jobs for greater success in 2026, but also in the years to come. 。
You talk about the various opportunities in the corridors. How do we track, the activity that's going on? Is that going to be done through stimulus and particularly the diverse spend? How do we get our arms around that so that we can show those numbers?
Certainly. We are working in lockstep with each council district office to identify the specific corridors, right? The specific corridors where we'll be making those investments. And then throughout each of those corridors, we're currently doing an audit of speaking with the community managers, whether it's the BIDs or the CDCs or other partners who have been identified in partnership with council, to say, what are the major festivals that you're looking to drive forward? What are the resources, what are the barriers to helping to scale that? And then layering on that with the physical investments that we're doing, we're looking at each corridor through this audit to identify the investments that need to be made. Now, I'll be very clear, some corridors are in better position where they don't need the curb cuts. They might not need as much infrastructure enhancements to get them over the edge. But the goal is that even if a corridor does not necessarily have as much investment currently, that we want to get these 20 commercial corridors to be able to compete equally. So we are conducting the audit presently, which will inform what investments are needed, and working with various partners to even secure additional funding to make sure that we're over the edge.
So when you're talking about curb cuts, you're talking about working with the street department to do that so that we
I guess not curb cuts specifically, but more holistically. There are certain commercial corridors where there's a desire, there's a concentration of businesses, there are close access to civic commons. There are groups already in the community who have been working arduously to help shine a light on the beauty and the incredible offerings, whether it's dining, whether it's whatever retail, whatever opportunities there are, that for one reason or another didn't get over the edge. Some of those may require some infrastructure enhancements, which we have budgeted for. Some of them may require that we're providing increased marketing, which we are budgeted for. Everything I'm saying, by the way, we are budgeted for as part of the FY26 budget and part of the FY25 budget. And right now, those audits that we're conducting will help to inform precisely which corridor will receive which treatments in partnership with the community, because one, you want to make sure that before you send visitors into a neighborhood that they want the visitors. Two, you want to make sure that you provide the education that goes with sustaining that type of investment, because as I said, this isn't just about 2026. It's about how we leave a lasting legacy that drives forward, that supports the jobs and businesses for years to come.
So the nighttime economy report just came out, right? And in the Latino community in particular, we're having conversations around food trucks and the impact of food trucks in our local culture, and their policies that are being, that have either been enacted related to curfews or that are looking to be enacted in the future. The reconciliation of the need for safety, for quality of life, for a good environment for residents, and the demand for food trucks and this kind of nighttime activity is something that we need to balance. Is the mayor's office looking at ways of creating either entertainment districts or waivers during 2026 for food trucks to be open later? What is the approach that the mayor's office is taking on this?
So my colleague who's not here, Raheem Manning, wakes up every single day in his capacity as the nighttime economy manager under the Department of Commerce to explore just those questions. And although that report just came out, I will state I have not yet reviewed it. We did just get through our budget, but I will be reviewing that. But we have been working closely with Raheem, and I know he has a whole slate of priorities, but I don't necessarily want to speak specifically for him. But he is reviewing a whole slate of initiatives, including, but not limited to, what are the hours that visitors who will be coming from international destinations for the World Cup are expecting, when they are leaving a match and expecting to see dining opportunities, how can Philadelphia, through various means, make sure that we're meeting those expectations? We are auditing our event planners to understand what vending opportunities there will be and whether or not we can bring partners together to scale those. So the nighttime economy manager is specifically charged with waking up every single day for those various questions, and I will be reviewing that report.
And into that vein, I would imagine that the 2026 website will contain all this information. And when you think about the corridors and some of the policies and regulations for sidewalk dining, right? So there has to be a huge investment in some of the corridors to ensure that those structures are sound and that they have the correct permitting for sidewalk dining. And I'm sure that you're working on your audit to adjust for that as well.
Of course, some of those processes are really driven by council legislation in terms of outdoor dining, but we are factoring all that in as we think through the citywide spirit that we're looking to drive. This ensuring that every single neighborhood can see, touch, and feel the experience is so important. We will not have every single answer solved within this one audit. Some of these things are outside of the scope of what the administration controls legislatively, but we're certainly advocating and looking at every single answer.
Yeah, because what we don't want to happen is businesses that have a great idea and say, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, but I need a permit, and I didn't think about that in 2025, and now it's too late.
To your question about the phila.gov/2026 web portal that is under development, it will be a one-stop shop where businesses can find the permitting information, know before you go safety information, opportunities to link to our procurement partners, high listing of the events with offshoots, information about dining programs that our partners are hosting. There will be a lot of information consolidated at that, and we'll be working with the chambers as well as business associations, academic institutions, various partners to disseminate that information broadly.
If I may, one thing that occurs to me is that the year is special enough that it might require exceptions. And so I think I would encourage the administration to think about, just as during COVID, there were exceptions made in terms of rules and regulations to facilitate activity in the city of Philadelphia, that for 2026, the city might want to consider being expediting permits, maybe waiving certain requirements for the calendar year so that businesses in our communities can take advantage. Cafe seating, streeteries, all of those things are incredibly onerous and difficult for members in our communities to adhere to and to obtain the types of, it requires a lot of lead time. It requires architects and engineers and whatnot. And perhaps 2026 is a year in which we can say, look, just until December 31st at midnight, we're gonna allow you to do these things, and then maybe go back to our routine. But really, it may require the kind of flexibility that we saw during the pandemic to make things work for everybody.
You have more experience than so many institutions, and yours has been so impactful, as is the African American Chamber, and I will share that feedback, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do have somebody that wants to testify, so Matt Zhang, is it?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Matt Zhang. I'm in the IT field for over 25 years. I'm the CEO of the East West IT Services LLC, and also a chairman for Chinese American Chamber of Commerce. I is also a member of our Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia. Today, I just want to have the opportunity to express some of my concerns, difficulties I have for the last, actually, over 10 years. I moved my IT company from Montgomery County to Philadelphia back in 2018. And for East West IT services, we mainly doing, it was established in 2014, was a Pennsylvania-based minority-owned company, technology company, right now mainly located in Northeast Philadelphia. And our services, main services to provide both on-premises and cloud services related to computer training, IT, OT, infrastructure, architecture, implementation, cybersecurity, and our main core services also included networking, SD-WAN, data loss prevention, cybersecurity, backup, restore, website design, as well as graphic design and video editing. So I've been doing this for actually over 20 years. I'm a certified CIO from federal government, got master's degrees in information security and management from Syracuse University. So one difficulty we are facing for the last almost 10 years is we have difficulty to get any city contract, government contract, like a state, federal contract, especially when it comes to cybersecurity business. I've been working in a W-2 sometimes under other organizations, staffing companies, doing the same job. But for me, I would like to get some contract directly from the city, state, or federal, but have great difficulties. So I also report this to this SBA as well. I say, is that because of the China-U.S. trade war? So they said, yeah, they do have this kind of concern, but they are trying to correct it. But when they said we do have a lot of opportunities, IT services, contract for the Asian Americans communities or something, but when it comes to the Chinese American organization, there's none. Okay, so it's so we like to. The reason I established this is called the Chinese American Chamber of Commerce. It's a nonprofit organization. Last November, it's tried to, see at least, to speak out. Try to our grand opening was we couldn't find any place in here, Philadelphia, so we found a New Jersey one, the grand opening. There's 500 people attended for our grand opening. There's a lot of state and also local government support us to see whether they can help our Chinese American communities. The other, we are hoping to get some opportunities. At least I know that when I talk to SBA, my friends, they always have, especially related to IT. There's so many contracts, but so far we couldn't get any. So for the February and also March, I found some opportunity in the city of Philadelphia, the Department of Commerce, Philadelphia Industry Development Corporation, PIDC. So we submitted and follow exactly all these steps, hire somebody to write this proposal with over 50 pages, both under, one is East-West IT Services, the other one is East-West Institute, because I have a Great Dragon Tai Chi Kung Fu Academy established in Northeast Philadelphia as well. So far, we didn't get any answers. We don't know. So I actually have a copy here with all this USB drives. So what I exactly submitted to them. So I don't know exactly, how to get some feedback. Or I'm sure our team have this capability to do all this because I've been doing this over 25 years, especially with the nuclear plant and called a power utility company. Right now, I'm actually working contract part-time for Exelon, and being with National Grid, First Energy, all this energy part. I know Pennsylvania is a great energy state. They have a lot of opportunities, especially with the 7 hubs of hydrogen energy. Even just for our Pennsylvania, we have 2 hubs, all together 7 hubs. There's over 30, I think more than maybe 40 or $400 million project, but I have difficulty to contact anybody because I've been doing this for many years, but how can I get this opportunity to talk to the people who the energy part? So that's the main thing I'm facing. So the other one is the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, American Chamber of Commerce. As I mentioned, this is mainly to empower our Chinese American and also their business by facilitating their access to timely business, especially the education, information, and creating some opportunity for growth and secure some funding and help them to get some government contracts, serving the local community, supporting our members in enriching their cultural life and also achieving their American dreams. For this CECCC, we have core services. Right now, we have around 10 subcommittees, try to get educational, AI, artificial intelligence, including some real estate and also cultural, tourist, overseas Chinese affairs, and some of the to help the business grow, because maybe because of language difficulties, so they don't have this opportunity to even understand, or there are some good business, not only to borrow money from the friends, family to start your business, but there's a lot of opportunities from the SBA and also from city and state. So last year, working with the SBA, one of the officials who worked there for over 20 years, we published is a entrepreneur guide how to get business, especially how to get government contract, both in mainly in Chinese. It's over almost 400 pages. So we try to hold some seminars, especially for Chinese American entrepreneurs, small business. We can help them as a Chamber of Commerce to apply, like SAM.gov. Some I know even for our city, we have a lot of requirements before you can get involved with any city contract. So there's a CAL. I spent myself for, just for 3 weeks try to get this CAL license, and also some like a bird tax clearance, because there are some like a misunderstanding or some unclear because the wage tax, so you have to pay to make sure it get clear to come to zero before you can also apply for some of the more opportunities here. So I'm here to try to see whether how our department can help the Chinese Americans, especially, not only for my own business, but also for the whole Chinese American entrepreneurs.
Thank you for your testimony. I just want to ask a couple questions for clarification. You talked about the difficulty in getting government contracts. Can you give me an example? Is it just, do you feel like, I heard you mention the language barrier that you may have trouble with. Also, you're talking about access of capital. So could you kind of expand on those two things?
Yes, so for the last almost 5-6 years, I also applied for different kind of grant, for city, state. We follow everything, but there's no news. We don't know why or what happened, but it's just no news. The other one is they need some, not only minority-based, sometimes they need some like a DBE or something, kind of a disability, some certificate. So I think it's SEPTA or something I applied for. It took me about 6 months, but they still, after they said, you still need some more like profit loss, all this back, like 2-3 years is some opportunity. Then at that time, I have a big project to finish on time, so I didn't have time to provide them some financial statement they required for me to finish the last. Then they said, okay, you only have 30 days, and then what I end up, now I have to start from scratch again, because it's already took me 6 months to finish all this.
So it's like the lengthy documents that are required to get a grant, and then, the timeline, and is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they were, because they said you need to, in order to get the 8A, some contract, they said once you get this certification, it's going to help you get some government contract, but that process just is very difficult for us, especially have to, find a CPA, find all this, especially sometimes you need as disprove you have a $250,000 like a growth or something, but also we haven't get any contract. It's very hard for us to start to prove that we have more than $250,000 income or something. Yeah. So
you need help with like getting a CPA to get your finances in order so that you can present on a grant. So that
the grant as the CPA right now I'm also there are some also called a Catalyst grant. I was also applying for. I have my CPA to do this now the 2025 to 2027 some financial projection. So I'm having them work with me. Again, to hopefully, this, I heard there's up to 50,000 grants, so we may be able to hire somebody to get our, the basic taxes, everything, the certification, and also we have plenty of people waiting there for the jobs, not only data science, IT, but also even construction, because of the Chamber of Commerce we are working with Chinese communities. So, that's why I'm hoping, because they are all, they have three. One I met about yesterday on my friend's wedding. One of the constructor I know, he has 3 kids, but doing the construction. Somebody owned him there's about 10,000 after he did all this construction, but now he's has so much difficulty to to survive because he doesn't have enough jobs, and plus when he did the job they didn't pay for him, so he was actually get drunk. So but we have a lot of difficulties. They never tell people they have difficulties. So unless okay, sometimes when you go to the wedding and have too much drink, and then they tell, okay, well, so what's exactly the problem you have? So they have some difficulty even get some steady jobs, even for the construction part.
Thank you. Any questions from?
So is it
Thank you for
possible
your
for me to leave my IT, this one submitted to you, to leave it here? So
We'll talk about, we have several, the Office of Economic Opportunities had several initiatives and workshops that may be able to help you. We'll talk with you after.
Okay.
I think we're in somebody else's space here. so-
Okay, thank you very
okay.
much.
Okay, thank you very much. Don't leave, just give us a minute so we can close out here. I would like to thank all the speakers and to reiterate this committee continues to look for innovative ways to increase diversity participation in the City of Philadelphia's contracts. In addition, I invite all to utilize the workshops and information sessions that OEO provides every third and fourth Wednesday of the month from 1 to 3. Although our workshop this month has been moved to tomorrow, the Doing Business workshop is tomorrow from 1 to 3, and it's with the School District of Philadelphia. And the OEO Business Development Series will be Wednesday, June 25th, 2025, and the topic will be Technology and Innovation in Business. These workshops are designed to share information that is relevant and useful to the development of diverse firms seeking to do business with the City of Philadelphia. As always, I remain grateful for the opportunity to lead this charge. If there are no further questions, comments, and suggestions, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your attendance, and see you in September, if not sooner.